All right, hey, how's it going? This is John, little night vision going on here in traffic on the way to the lab Friday night, and I'm going to be late. I'm going to break my own rule. Here's my rule. You can use this. If you're a leader, you can use this. Or adopt this. Early is on time is late, and late is unacceptable. But I'm going to break my rule because I'm sitting here in traffic, and people should just be going a little faster. That's all I'm thinking. Hey, I'm wearing my new lab t-shirt. You can't see the back, but on the back is a QR code. You go to labreportbrand.com. You can check out all the different designs. I just uploaded 2 new ones today, so check those out. Let's talk about the call, but not just the call. This isn't just a commercial for the call. I want to talk about regional strategy here. And those of you that know my heart, you know I'm a regional guy, a city guy, and I do not believe that we can stay intently focused on our own local ministry as the primary thing, while forsaking the regional call and expect revival to launch or at least to sustain. And so we've got to figure this thing out. Now the call, of course, is coming to Detroit, 11/11/11. Lou Engel's heading that thing up, and it's going to be powerful. It's going to bring a shock to the region, and I can go on and on about how important it is, how powerful it is. But consider this: it's one and done. You know, it's going to be a blip on the radar. It's going to have great lasting impact, I believe. But the call itself is going to come and go in a day. One day it's here, one day it's not. Next day it's not. And so we've got to ask ourselves the question, what do? Do we really just go back to local church life and local ministry life as usual? Or do we consider that, you know, there's another way to do this? You know, the call is a regional event, really a national event, but certainly regional. And so we better have every church or most churches in the region at the call that particular day. That's, I think, common sense. But then what happens after the call is done? You know, I really believe this. I understand it. I've been a pastor for a long time. I know what it is. I know the pressures of leading a local ministry. I get that. But I'll tell you this. The days of local churches driving the American church experience is coming to an end. And it doesn't mean the local church is coming to an end, but the local church is dropping to its appropriate place on the hierarchy, right? Or on the priority list. So pastors will be, actually it'll be good. If we can embrace this, it'll be really freeing, because now we don't have to stress out so much about building our local church and paying the bills and, you know, all of that kind of stuff that stresses people out. Now we can focus regionally and you know, and let me say it this way. I have a drive and yield method of living. And here's how this works. I drive with great aggression and great passion. You know, as I'm developing what God's called me to develop on a local level, you know, I'm doing what I'm called, even if it's regional, but whatever, I'm kind of driving with myself. But then the moment something else that's more significant and more pressing, more important, more timely, shows up, then I yield. And not only do I personally yield, but I lead the people that are under my leadership to that event. So it would be silly for me to have an event at Revival Church on 11/11/11. It would make no sense at all. And so what am I doing? I'm leading my folks to the call. Well, similarly, there are regional, and we need to expect this if we're going to have revival in Detroit. There's regional events regularly, and they need to spike up. They need to be more unified, more focused, but regular events that we should be yielding to. So instead of having our regular Wednesday night Bible study or whatever it is, we cancel it. We need to create a culture of cancel, and so we cancel on a regular basis, you know, regular ongoing things. And for the sake of leading the people, and pastors, you got to do this. You got to be the one to go. You go, lead your people to these events, and set a culture, set the precedent, and as a regional apostolic leader. And so, you know, for example, I know part of my job is to lead regionally. And so we're, every Friday night from 10 to midnight, we have the lab. And so we pray in a different church every Friday night. And we do it at 10 o'clock on Friday night to make it easy for every pastor in the city to show up. It wouldn't work on a Sunday morning. It wouldn't work on a Wednesday night. It wouldn't work on even a Friday night at 7 o'clock, and because I know different people are doing different things. But Friday night at 10 o'clock, it's free. So that's why we're doing it. So we're paying the price here, even though we love to do it, but we're paying the price of a 10 p.m. time slot, leaving the kids and wife, leaving them at home, or sometimes I bring the kids or whatever, but paying the price to do this at 10 o'clock. So it's easy for every pastor in the city and everyone else in the city to participate with us. And so I'm doing my best to model that, regional, a regional focus. And so I don't know, the call is going to come and the call is going to go. We had one thing here a couple days and now they're gone. Different events are going to come, and what are we doing with this? We can't just go back to doing local church. And so alone. We're still going to have local churches, local ministries, local services, all of that. We're going to have small groups, all of that. But there's going to be a culture of cancel, a culture of yielding, and a culture that embraces the regional ahead of the local. Because biblically, we know that we hear a lot about the city church, not a lot about the local church. So the local has to serve the regional, the city. And so, let me know what you think. Email me, john@johnburton.net. Leave a comment. And let's see revival come to Detroit. Read my latest blog post, 2 of them actually. Just finished one talking about what this revival culture looks like. We're calling people together. We're calling in the resources, and then also a vision of a crater and an invasion from heaven. And just go to johnburton.net. You can look at the articles, and they're the most recent 2 or 3 articles in there, right at the top of the list somewhere. So anyway, talk to you soon. Time to pray.